following presentation is brought to you by the Alberta Podcast Network. Welcome to the Northern Nerdcast, the podcast that showcases the geeky, nerdy people, groups, and events in and around the city of Edmonton. Northern Nerdcast is a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. Visit their website at albertapodcastnetwork.com. If you like the show, we invite you to share it on all of your social media platforms and help grow our community of geeky, nerdy people, groups, and events in and around the city of Edmonton. Would you like to be a contributor to the show? For more information, visit our website at northernnerdnetwork.com. And now, here's the host of the show, Dan Schessel.
All right. Hello, everyone out there in the podcast world. I want to say welcome to this edition, episode 116 of the Nerdcast. What a beautiful day it is. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. I'm just I'm in a great mood today. I'm just telling you right now, we're starting the show off on a light foot today because it is just so beautiful outside and it's so lovely out there. And of course, I just have this most loveliest of co-hosts. Chelsea Thompson is sitting right in front of me as well. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Hey guys, it is also sunshiny where I am at today, and it does make for a lovely day.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Also on the show today, we have Aaron, longtime listener.
One of our regular contributors. If you watch or listen to the show, you will often hear us giving shout outs to Aaron or reading comments, as he is one of our faithful watchers who tunes in every week. He's one of the big reasons that we do this show because Aaron's always watching, so we have to put on a good show for him.
Hi, I'm famous.
Yeah. So we are going to be talking a little bit later on about things to do for the geeky or nerdy at heart this summer. Sometimes it's kind of hard because, everyone wants to be outside. They want to enjoy the nice weather. And then you don't get, that tabletop game that you always wanted to get in. And so we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you can still do that's still awesome, that you can get out of the heat and, and do some of that nerdy stuff that we all love to do. But so if you guys are in the chat or if you guys are watching the show, wherever listening, please, I want to hear your guys' suggestions on some of the stuff that you're excited to do this summer. If you're planning on doing something like, say, board game vacation or something, I want to hear all your guys' stories about that kind of stuff. I think it would be great feedback from you guys, and I really want to just share that kind of stuff out with other people to give people some ideas of things that they can do or look forward to this summer. Like there's a cool event that's happening. You never know, right? So it's always good to share. So first off, we always love to really get down to the soul of each one of our guests that we have on the show. And I know Aaron is not really, he's just always here, but we're still gonna get down to his soul. So Aaron, what do you have on your geek shelf?
I got a couple things. I just made some irresponsible Lego purchases today. I don't know why, but I just had to have that new Lego Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter and the Bat Space Shuttle. I don't know why the Bat Space Shuttle. I just have a spaceship thing. Spaceship! Oh, it is summer, and my brother actually has a 12-foot wide movie screen that you can project stuff on outdoors, and we have a general invite to all our friends and family every Friday night, all summer long, weather permitting. We show movies in the backyard. We kicked off this season on May 4th with
Nice
Star Wars:
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
We're going again this Friday. Well, the weather looks good for this Friday, so we're going again with Thor Ragnarok.
Good choice.
Funnest of the Marvel films.
Mm-hmm.
I really did enjoy that movie a whole heck of a lot. Definitely worth checking that one out.
Oh, and I met Jeff Goldblum from that movie.
Did you?
Calgary.
Oh, from in Calgary there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to go. You do the whole VIP thing in Calgary, eh?
Yeah. Once you try it, you can't go back.
So fancy, Aaron.
I just do it to skip the lines.
Yeah. I see you also have your Fallout suit.
Oh yeah,
behind you.
Vault suit behind me there. This was the first year I wore it, and it was a huge hit.
It looks really good. I really liked what you did with the shoulder pads.
Yeah, cut up an old motorcycle tire. Oh, and shout out to previous Northern Nerd guest Kilo Kuzik for helping me put together the plasma rifle to make the suit worth it.
Mhm.
Awesome.
That plasma rifle was amazing looking.
It's still amazing.
Yeah.
It's in storage for the next con, but it's great work. Like Kilo 14 cosplay.
Yeah, definitely. If you're gonna go check out some amazing cosplay, he also like does like for Aaron, he does commissions for people to go and get their cosplays, some of their cosplay stuff done, right? So go check him out. He's pretty awesome. Anything else there, Aaron?
I think that's pretty much my geek having products
He's
pushed
getting
at
some.
me from off screen. My brother cleaned house at the mystery box counter at the expo. Got a bunch of stuff. He's got like 2 Thanos heads, a Ron Burgundy statue, and a whole bunch of this Batwing from the 1989 film.
That is a beautiful Batwing. I can tell you.
Solid steel too.
Is it?
Oh yeah. You can almost use it as a batarang, and it'll really hurt someone. Thanks, Nathan.
That's pretty awesome. I'm kind of jealous of that one. One of my favorite movies I think growing up has got to be the '89 Batman. It's still like just the styling of the Batmobile, the way Batman looked, everything was so clean. It was just
almost the start of the modern superhero blockbuster movie.
Mm-hmm. And they did it right, I believe. It was a beautiful.
Michael Keaton is still one of my favorite Batmans to this day.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he was a surprise. No one I knew thought he could pull it off, but he did a really good Batman.
Yep.
He does not look like he could pull off a Batman. In all honesty, like you look at the guy, he's not even all that tall, is he? Like he's only.
Not really, no.
But he managed to pull off Batman so well in that movie.
The 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was fantastic. Chelsea.
Yeah.
How was your week? I haven't seen you in the last little while. Well, that's not true because I did see Deadpool. I didn't see you in there, but I knew you were somewhere there.
A passerby on the sidewalk, probably buried deep in the background.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert, the big chase sequence that they do with Domino on her bike and Deadpool on his scooter, and then the big Oshkosh truck driving through the middle of downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the city goers walking by on the sidewalk, so blink and you'd miss me.
That Mike, I don't think I'll ever see anybody, any of the extras here.
But a good friend of ours who is a stuntman in town, Rob, who is actually our other roommate who lives with myself and my boyfriend. Rob was one of the stunt guys who got to, I think his official title was Oshkosh driver. So he was one of the 2 stunt guys who were up in the cab of the big giant Oshkosh truck. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We know a person who knows a person who's famous.
I know, right? Yeah. So yeah, no, my week has been pretty good. I mean, we nerdcasted last week, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, this week's been pretty quiet. I had a couple days with the school board and a couple self-tape auditions that I had to send off, and right now I'm working on getting off book for a couple of monologues for a couple of theater auditions next week. So I'm just
Ooh.
glad the sunshine is out, because that means I can go out into my backyard and pace around and do that.
I've been spending a lot more time out on the front porch of our house.
Yeah.
Just because it's beautiful out there, and I
nice
can
out
just
there.
let the kids kind of run up and down the street, because we're kind of at the end of everything.
Yeah.
We have a whole bunch of houses on our around here that are kind of all in different variations of completion. But they were all rebuilt homes, which rebuilt's not here anymore. And so they're kind of just stuck in limbo. So we don't really have much construction going on or much traffic. So it's great for the kids to just kind of ride their bikes up and down the street without any real issue of a car coming by that much. Like every so often there is one, but they can get out of the way pretty easily now.
Yeah, I have been doing a lot of barbecuing this week, though. The barbecue is officially busted out in full force. I've been barbecuing pretty much dinner, something barbecued every night this week. So
see, I haven't done that yet.
No dishes. It's
that's something I need to get back into. We haven't really had a whole lot of time at home to sit down and have some good barbecue, but I think I'll be getting back into that a little bit more. I did just get laid off from my previous job that I had, so now I'm an unemployed bum. Yay!
But you're back home. You're not.
But I am back home
anymore.
Yeah. So I am here. I get to spend some time with you guys.
And now you can be on full-time dad duty for a little while.
Yeah, I'm excited because I get more time at home for a little while. I get to just kind of sit back, relax. We're okay for a bit, so it'll be nice. I think we're gonna wait till Trina goes and does her little stint with you guys in Vegas before I have to go back to work. So
that's coming up soon. I'm excited.
Yeah, so all the girls are going to Vegas, and I get to stay here with the kids. Oh yeah. All right.
How about you, Aaron? How was your week this past week?
Not the greatest. I managed to pick up a cold bug just after the expo, and I spent the last couple of weeks fighting it off. I'm getting better, though. I'm feeling pretty good today. I just got the lingering cough that persists afterwards.
Well, and now you have new Legos that will help you feel better.
In 2 to 3 business days, guaranteed.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, then we send you healing vibes, and hopefully the lingering cough departs soon. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess for myself, the last little bit, I've been at home. I got laid off, like I said. I do have a motorcycle that I like to get out every so often. I didn't really get it out much last year.
I saw your pictures on Facebook the other day of your nice ride in the sunshine.
Yeah, so for a little while there, I could boost it and then get it running, but I couldn't turn it off. Because if I turned it off, I wouldn't be able to turn it back on. So I did make it around for a little while. I just went out yesterday and got a new battery for it. It was the first time I ever actually bought a battery that I actually needed to pour the acid into the battery itself. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
I was kind of shocked because I'm like, that's a big box for just a little battery. But I'm like, well, everything is kind of overpackaged nowadays, I guess. So sure. I get it home and I'm like, what's these little jugs for? Oh, there's instructions.
I have to make the battery myself.
I have to make the battery myself. First of all, I had to figure out, because I had to get a light to see where that line is, because you can't overfill the thing. And it was just like, I would put just a little bit in there and it would just get up above that line. And I'm like, oh, now I got to suck some of that out. And then I got acid all over the place, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, it is very
I was
dangerous.
gonna say, I feel like that's a like terrible, like waiting to happen.
Yes. So I've got like baking
soda.
baking soda. I got baking soda like sitting right beside me. So any little spill that I do make, and rubber gloves. So any little spill I do make, I'm like pouring baking soda like crazy all over the garage. And yeah, so I did get it together. I managed to get it all charged, and the bike is running fine now. So yay.
Woohoo.
I'm all excited.
More bike rides in your future.
Yeah. So yeah, more bikes. I absolutely will take any possible excuse to go for a bike ride. Yeah. It's like, Trina, I need to go just get some milk. I'll be back. Oh, I forgot the bread. I will be back. Yeah, so any little excuse to go out, and it'll be like a half an hour, 45 minutes before I return. Yeah, that's the way it works.
Nice.
And yes, and it has not exploded yet. Dog Daytona is in our chat room tonight.
Yay, not exploding.
I am very excited for not exploding my battery. And or burning myself with acid. So I'm all good.
Both good things.
The other thing I managed to do this week was I got to a little bit more of my painting of my minis. And so I finally finished up the last little bit of my painting. I got this one here. So for the people who are listening,
I think I played with that mini
on this one. This is here, I can't tell if you guys can't really see that at all.
Is that from Scythe?
A little bit, but
no, this one is not from Scythe. This
Okay,
one
I didn't
is
play with that one.
This one is a D&D one. I do have all the Scythe ones done now, which is ones I've been working on, and I finally got those ones all done. I didn't get the mechs done. I got all the main characters done. But come on. I'm not some savant here with painting minis here.
You're only one man and your fingers are only so dexterous.
I am not very good at it.
You're not a small child laborer.
Yes.
With nimble dexterous fingers.
Exactly. Or proper paint. I get like paint that I'm getting from Michael's. I know you can buy like, special mini paint and stuff that are like, and then I have to like mix every color that I do. Aaron's dying on the other side. Yeah, so I mix a lot of my paints to make the colors I want. But yeah, this one turned out really nicely. This is a Dragonborn Paladin that I'm using for D&D. Yeah, so I started to play D&D while I was in Lloyd, and I got laid off on Tuesday, which is the day that I go play D&D, and I had just finished this character just before that, and I'm like, well, now I gotta go. I'm staying. I'm staying the extra night, just so that I can play D&D with my friends there one last time and use my mini at least once. I'm sure I'll get to use him again somewhere else. Yeah. So he turned out amazing, a lot better than I ever thought. One would turn out. So I'm really happy with that one. And so yeah, that is that. I think this is a great time to take a quick little 5-minute break.
Mm-hmm.
And talk about one of our lovely sponsors. So we will be right back. A moment.
So the North is brought to you in part by the Edmonton Community Foundation. The Edmonton Community Foundation is a great way to put your money to work directly for the charities that matter to you. The Edmonton Community Foundation will work with you to set up an endowment fund in your name. They take the money from your fund, plus any additional money earned by the fund, and donate it to whatever charity or charities you pick. Now, you don't have to be rich to set up a fund. The ECF will work with you to put any donation amount you want to work in your fund. You can also get a group of people together and set up a fund to give to a charity as a collective. The ECF also has an awesome podcast, the Well Endowed Podcast. This month, the Well Endowed Podcast is delving into the creative side of Edmonton, chatting with Fringe Theatre Adventures and Opera Nuova about how the Canadian Cultural Investment Fund helps them invest in Edmonton artists. Chatting with Sanjay Shahani, the Executive Director of the Edmonton Arts Council, about how the EAC is looking 10 years ahead to shape Edmonton's arts and heritage sectors. And chatting with Helen Ma, a young woman from Edmonton, about how the Dawn and Noreen Laurie Award helped her pursue her studies at the University of Alberta. To learn more about the Edmonton Community Foundation, check out their website, ecfoundation.org, or to listen to the Well Endowed Podcast, head on over to thewellendowedpodcast.com or find them on your podcast player of choice.
All right, so this week on the Nerdcast, we are talking about stuff that we can do this summer, or stuff that we may be planning on trying to attempt to accomplish this summer. Like, what are some of your goals? That kind of stuff. Once again, I would love to hear from you guys out in the audience. What are some of the things that you guys are looking forward to, or maybe up to trying to attempt this summer? Because I mean, the summertime is one of those times where you can kind of get those goals, and you're like, well, you know what? If I really sit down, I can get this thing done. And so, what are some of the goals that you have set for yourself for the summer? I want to hear from you guys. But at the same time, I just want to kind of go over some of the stuff that we are maybe excited about this summer. First off, I want to just talk a little bit about some of the amazing movies that are coming out. I mean, like, we have a list here of some awesome movies that are A, out, or B, they're coming out right away. So I'm kind of curious, what are your guys' thoughts on some of the movies that are out right now? Like, we got Avengers and Deadpool out. So have you guys seen any of them?
I haven't seen Deadpool yet, but I saw Infinity War.
How about you, Aaron?
I'm seeing Deadpool tomorrow. Saw Infinity War a week or so ago. It was amazing. The whole theater was silent as the credits rolled. Like, people were just like, I don't know, PTSD or something.
Well, I was just, spoiler alert. That's what happens when you kill off, like...
Shh, no one knows.
I did say spoiler.
A lot of guys.
So... Anybody who listens to this show on a regular basis knows that I'm a terrible spoiler. I am trying to get better at saying spoiler alert first, so you were all warmed.
Anyone who watches this show has probably seen it twice already.
Yeah.
One movie that's been on my list that I haven't been able to see yet, though, is Ready Player One.
I didn't get to see that one either, and I was really disappointed that I missed that. I think it's gone out of the theaters.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
Man, that was quick.
I know.
I saw the trailer.
I really wanted to see that one, and I was kind of working out of town at the time, so really didn't get a whole lot of chance to go and see it. Yeah, but I did. Marcus took me to go see Deadpool last night, and like I said, that was the whole time I was laughing. I can't. That movie is so good. Deadpool is a great movie. Just if you want to sit down, you want to have a good laugh, just don't care that it's an actual like it's a movie. Like it's just a big giant superhero comedy bit. That's the way you got to look at it. You can't look at it as a superhero blockbuster. You can't look at it as something more than that, because it's just funny. There is some action that's pretty awesome in there, but yeah, it's pretty good. I really did enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it soon. It's on my list.
I'm looking forward to seeing Chelsea in the movie.
If you can catch me, I don't even know if I'm in any of provide flavor to the sidewalk.
Yeah.
During the chase scene, I'll be standing up and be like, "Hey, I know her!" Get kicked out of the theater.
That one glance is something, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back now because I now know where you are and see if I can't spot you. But other than that, that whole movie barely has any background people in it. You can't tell. The other one that's coming out right away here is Solo. Are you guys excited to see that one?
Yeah.
That was a question mark at the end of that one.
Yeah. I am trepidatious because it could be okay or it could be terrible. And if it's terrible, I think I will be quite sad.
I think Star Wars fans are in a weird place right now because we're used to having these long droughts between like trilogies. And ever since Disney got a hold of Star Wars, they're like, well, we're going to make back all the billions we spent getting this away from Lucas. And they're doing a good job of that. They're definitely pumping out the content. And it's really interesting to be in that place now where there's a Star Wars film every year. And it's, I think it's a good place to be, but at the same time, each individual piece might not live up to expectations.
I think that's kind of the thing a lot of people are at right now, especially with this movie, is that I think I don't ever believe that we are at saturation of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am still pumped to see more Star Wars in the theater. I want to see more Star Wars. I think we now have a more realistic expectation of what we want in a Star Wars movie. And then we see some of the trailers and some of the acting that we've seen from what we've seen so far, and it hasn't been anything that will stop your heart and go, is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that I'm super excited for.
I'm really, really wondering how Alden Ehrenreich is going to hold up as Han. And I say that I really enjoy him as an actor. He's been in some other movies that I have really enjoyed and really dig his performance in. But I don't know. And maybe that's like,
well, even for the first, like, I don't know how many trailers that we got of him, we didn't even hear him talk, you know? And then even the little bit that we do get out of the trailers now isn't really selling me on the whole Han Solo kind of swagger that he has. You know what I'm saying?
He's a great actor, but I don't know if it was the right casting choice for this role. So I guess only watching the movie will tell. But I think part of it too is, so a few years back, there was a chick flick movie that came out called Age of Adeline, starring Blake Lively. And Harrison Ford was in it. And there were flashbacks to scenes between Blake Lively and an actor they found to play a young Harrison Ford. And I don't know what this actor's name was, but crap. Like, he looked like Harrison Ford. He sounded like Harrison Ford. He had the voice, he had the speech patterns down. And so when I think back to that movie, and then when they were making Solo, I was like, where was this actor? Why was he like
Yeah.
not in the picture being considered for this role? Because he's just like, if you
He's
go,
spot on.
yeah, so if you go to YouTube and you Google Age of Adeline young Harrison Ford, some clips of it will come up. And it's astounding how much he looks and sounds like Harrison Ford. It's a bit bananas.
Well, I'm
I'm
willing to give him a
curious,
chance. Because we were just saying a few minutes ago, you know, when the 1989 Batman came out,
Right.
no one thought
Michael
Michael
Keaton.
Keaton could do Batman. So I'm gonna have a wait and judge later kind of approach to this.
Like I'm still gonna go with the fact that it's Star Wars, and I'm still gonna go see it no matter what. Like even if I'm still kind of on the fence on the movie itself. I know Dog Daytona here he's saying that he's on the fence. But I'm probably on the same boat, but I can't, like, I know Nehemiah, like Neo, my boy, he's super excited about the movie because I mean it's Star Wars, right? And everything the Star Wars coming out, he is pumped for. I mean, he gets to see the Millennium Falcon in its prime. What's better is that, right? So to him, it's the greatest thing in the world right now, and there's no other movie, right? So to him, that's the movie that he wants to go see. So
I am super excited to see Donald Glover's Lando Calrissian, and I have this like sneaking suspicion in my gut that he might steal the movie.
he's got to, because I love his acting, and I think he'll make a good Lando.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to see how he takes it. Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
What else? It's a summer of blockbusters. There's all kinds of stuff coming out. You had a huge list. There's another Jurassic Park. There's Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's
Yeah, how do you
what
guys
else
feel
is
about
coming?
Ant-Man and Wasp? Because I mean, we just had in the Avengers movie here. Now, I believe some of the events are going to be tied into the Ant-Man and Wasp movie as well. So
I was just gonna say I'm interested to see how they sync up the timeline.
yeah,
It's kind of, spoiler alert, it's kind of hard to have a movie where, you know, halfway through one half the human race turns into smoke and you try to pursue everything normally. I'm going to guess they're going to try to have it come just before
Right at
the
the
events
end.
of Infinity War.
Or just, yeah.
there is one movie I left off this list here. I'll get back to that in a second. But Ant-Man and Wasp, I'm excited to see the Wasp really in action.
Yeah.
And see how they really put her out there. And so I'm kind of curious on how that's all gonna work out. I'm excited. I like what's his name? Who's the guy that plays Ant-Man there?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. I
I
love
would
his
watch
acting.
Paul Rudd do anything. He's great.
I'll watch him no matter what because he's just absolutely fantastic. And so I really do. I get a kick out of him, and the way he is, and I think he makes a great, sort of that flawed character of Hank Pym. And so I'm curious to see how this movie is. I haven't seen too much for trailers other than maybe the one or two that have kind of popped up here and there, but I'm excited. Are you guys equally?
Yeah, I think it should be one after Infinity War. I feel like it's going to be a nice sort of like lighter palette cleanser. It looks a little more like fun and upbeat and like more of a like popcorn munching kind of back to those kind of fun superhero movies after the like major emotional soul crushing end of Infinity War.
Yeah, and that one's going to come out in July.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like right at the beginning of summer, right? So I'm really excited for that one. The one I am missing off the list that I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about. I don't know if you guys know much about this one, but it's called Teen Titans Go, the movie. Have you guys ever seen the little cartoon that they have on TV? Now my kids, because I have small children in my house, they love Teen Titans. Teen Titans Go. It's just this little lighthearted cartoon, and it's just a lot of fun, bright. I don't think they fight very many people in that show, if ever. They do a lot of slapstick comedy in there, where people get hurt or kind of. It's like watching Saturday morning cartoons all over again, with superheroes. I really do get a good kick out of it. I didn't know that. I will talk about that in a second. So I'm super excited to see that movie. Have you guys heard anything about this?
No, I haven't. No.
I have heard about it, and really, I never really got into Teen Titans Go. I'm a really old nerd, and I just have a hard time letting go of the classic mid-1980s Marv Wolfman, George Perez era of Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really a much more mature comic book. There was a lot of some of it very gritty themes that was going on there in between what was happening with the Titans and the involvement of Deathstroke, the Terminator, and how he was trying to take them all out. And Teen Titans Go is such a complete 180 from that. I just haven't really gotten into it.
It's like the Powerpuff Girls version of Teen Titans.
Yeah, very much Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, even the animation style is the same as Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory and stuff like that. Visually, that's how it's animated. And
just the art style, if you're familiar with George Perez's work, his work is just
completely different
and amazing, but it's definitely not the cartoonish style.
That's kind of the thing, though, like with Teen Titans, And DC as a whole is a very dark, kind of gritty world that they live in all the time. Like every movie you get from DC is this dark and gloomy kind of setting all the time. And I think this one time where they have this sort of weird offshoot where they have Teen Titans Go, which is this super bright and super fun and fantastical kind of show, which is totally not in DC's wheelhouse. It just seems like it's something totally removed from DC completely, if you know what I'm saying here. Like, it's just one of those things where Teen Titans Go it does not feel like it fits anywhere in the DC universe.
Well, DC is and it isn't. I mean, you look at the character of Superman. Superman is very much the Lone Ranger, the guy in the white hat, the knight in shining armor. He's that kind of character, and he's been DC's flagship forever. But that was actually one of the problems they had with Man of Steel and Superman v Batman, was they took Superman, they put him in a place where he shouldn't really go. And if DC just did Batman as Batman and Superman as Superman and contrasted the two, I think they would do a lot better. But yeah, lately DC has been drifting too much into the dark and gritty stuff.
Yeah. And I see some of the comments in our chat here, and saying that Teen Titans was better before they converted to the ultra kidified Teen Titans Go. I cannot, like, I did like Teen Titans before. I kind of enjoyed what they had, but I also can appreciate, because I'm a dad, I guess, nowadays.
Seeing through the eyes of your kids and how much they
I can see through the eyes of my kids, because this is one of those things where I need to be able to show them something that is fun, superhero, action, that kind of stuff, but not super gritty and gory. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the point of
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go, is that they kidified it to make it a gateway for a young audience, to introduce the kids to these particular characters and a little bit of their abilities and their background and stuff, so that later down the road they have a frame of reference for those characters when they want to make the switch into, you know, the darker, gritty world of where they exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if they even just want to read the old 1980s comic books.
Snag them while they're young.
Yeah, and then go back and read the old comics, because they are really good. So that's I completely agree with you. And for myself, I'm gonna go see the movie with my kids because I think it's gonna be a great movie. I think it's gonna. I can pretty much see every plot twist that they go in. I still get a kick out of some of the humor that they throw in there. So it's not going to be for everyone. So if you are an mid-20s or mid-30s adult, maybe 40s, who knows, who grew up with the Teen Titans, don't have like young kids, maybe don't go see this movie. But everyone
In their
else,
40s here, seriously.
I think if you got little kids in the house, I think it's a great chance to go and see that.
Now, Dan, you saw something in the comments earlier that you said you were going to come back to.
Yes, Evangeline Lilly, apparently, who plays the Wasp. She is from Fort Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
just point that out. Nice little localized content, because this is a local show. We like to, promote our local people. So go see Ant-Man and Wasp, because we have Evangeline Lilly there. Also, I've been watching on the TV Nathan Fillion there. He's got a new show coming up here. I don't know why I'm even talking about this, because I don't. Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. But I'm a big fan of Nathan Fillion.
Who isn't?
I know. But he's got it's called The Rookie or something like that. I think that's the show called. He's like a 40-year-old rookie cop. And I think this is just a great looking show. I think it's a lot of fun. He brings his special blend of humor into the show. So I think that will be something I'm going to be watching whenever it comes out. I don't have any idea when that's coming out, but I just seen that on my Facebook the other day. So there was that. One other movie that we do have on our list there is just Mission Impossible. Are you guys excited for Mission Impossible at all?
I'm wondering. Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like when I'm in the mood for like a cheesy action movie, that's one that I will probably pirate and watch in my sweatpants on my couch when I'm looking for like some action fluff to fill an evening. But I don't know if I will like rush out and wait in line to watch it at the theaters.
How about you, Aaron?
I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed by Tom Cruise, because I understand he does a lot of his stunts in these movies. There's a lot of his own stunts. Like that was apparently actually him hanging off the side of that airplane in the last movie.
Yeah.
But he's got it. What is he old? 50 something, almost 60. He's gonna get himself killed someday.
Yeah, he's getting up there now, I guess.
He's in great shape though.
He's in fantastic shape.
But yeah,
I do appreciate him, doing his own stunts. I kind of fell off the whole Mission Impossible bandwagon a long time ago. I don't even think I really watched the last movie.
Well, this is what, the 6th one?
I have no idea anymore. There's so many. They just keep making more of the same thing.
Well, and honestly, with the newer renditions that have come out in the last few years, I enjoy them more for the supporting cast that they've added. So like Ving Rhames' character and Simon Pegg's character and Jeremy Renner's character that they've now added as Tom Cruise's sidekick. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise, and he's kind of almost always the same character in every movie he plays.
Yeah.
And so I watch it for the supporting characters because they're great, and the writing and the dialogue and the banter that they've created for the supporting characters adds a really nice layer to Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise kicking butt.
I don't know if there's any movies. So Dog Daytona said, is there any movies that are supposed to come out this year that has no date set for it that you are looking forward to? I don't know if there's any other movies out on the list. I don't have a list in front of me that's I don't know of any other movies that are supposed to come out this year that I don't know that don't have a date yet.
Well, when is Captain Marvel supposed to come out?
I don't know. Good question, Chelsea. Good question.
Because that's one I'm looking forward to. I think that's 2019. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming out anytime soon.
Are they still? I think are they still in production on it? If they're not still in production on it, then I think it might have just wrapped production, heading into post.
It might be going to post 2019.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not really anything on the. I don't know. Can you, if you are out there? What is the Hero Academia movie? What is the Hero Academia movie?
I don't know.
Or Academy? Hero Academy?
I don't know.
This isn't movie
Dog
related.
Daytona's got a little thing in the chat.
So this
Oh,
is
it's anime.
Oh, right.
Oh. Oh, I didn't read far enough. All right. Yes, I don't watch very many anime, so that is something I am not too familiar with. But that I'm always excited for new stuff to come out because I'll
Add it to your list. Check it out.
I will add it to my list because I will watch anything that people tell me is good to watch. I have watched a few animes like that Titan one, Attack on Titan, just because there were so many people who were dressed up as Attack on Titan when I went to Animathon the one year. So I'm like, well, now I have to watch Attack on Titan because everyone's dressed up like this. So that's how that works. I will watch anything just to try to keep up. I never have enough time to watch everything, but I try my best.
What were you going to say, Aaron?
There's isn't quite movie related, but there is something going on. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to watch The Expanse, which is really brilliant space opera sci-fi show, and
it got canceled. It's so sad.
Canceled by Sci-Fi, but there's a huge
push to get it picked up by another network,
by either Amazon or Netflix or one of the new streaming services.
Yeah.
It's picked up some big names. Some guys who've signed the petition are Adam Savage, the Mythbuster, Will Wheaton, George R.R. Martin has gotten behind it. It's some really big names want to save it, and this Save the Expanse effort looks like it might win. They might pull it off, and the show really is that good.
I remember when people wanted to save Firefly too.
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry, Expanse has already gone 3 seasons, so they have.
This is fair.
Huge investment already built.
Firefly only went 1.
They have all that infrastructure. They have all that story built up already, so they might, And Firefly did get a movie.
This is true.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I haven't. That's one that's on my list, and I haven't watched any episodes of it yet. But everything I read about it, and just the way it sounds, just from all the stuff I've read, honestly, it sounds to me like it will remind me when I do watch it a bit of Battlestar Galactica, that it happens to be this like huge epic, like with intense character driven story that just happens to be set in space.
Yeah, very much.
Yes. Dog Daytona said Firefly can still be saved. I believe.
I believe. Brown coats forever.
X-Files was a great one, right?
Honestly,
when they-
I would be happy with like another Firefly movie. Like Nathan Fillion's busy doing his, as we just mentioned, his new show. But
He's
like,
just too busy.
give us another Firefly movie. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'd be good with that. So I'm gonna talk. We're gonna talk a little bit more about some of the. Oh my goodness, we've been talking forever. But I want to quickly mention some of the stuff that we're excited to do this summer ourselves. Like, what kind of plans do you guys have? And Chuck, yes, bring back Chuck. What kind of plans do you guys have for this summer as yourselves? Like, what kind of goals have you set for yourself this summer? So I'm going to ask Aaron, sort of like, what kind of things are you going to get yourself? What are you going to dig yourself into this summer?
I'm thinking I'm just going to veg a lot.
Nice. That's a plan I can get behind. Yep.
Got a couple camping trips coming up, actually. That's always fun to do.
That's
we don't even get a lot of good weather up in this province anyway, so.
That's my goal. It's not particularly nerdy, but I mean, any occasion can be made nerdy with the right company and the right board game, in my opinion. But yeah, camping is sort of my goal for the summer, to do more camping than I did last summer. How about you, Dan? What's your summer goal, nerdy or otherwise? Aside from getting out on your motorbike more.
It will be getting out my motorbike a lot more. Not only that, I think I'm gonna have to go get some more paints because I got a bunch more minis that I gotta get painted up. I still have the mechs to do for Scythe that I just can't leave undone. I also have all the airships for that game as well that I'm gonna have to paint too. So I got
airships too.
Yeah, there's airships. I bought airships. There's an expansion for airships. So they look awesome. I'm going to paint those too. I love that game. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you're wanting to find a cool game to play, that one's great. We got Gloomhaven too. So there's some bunch of minis in that one. I'm going to try. This is the other thing I'm going to do as well. I know my friend here who we've been playing Gloomhaven with over the last little while. He's got his wife is taking off with the kids and they're going off for a bit and he's going to be at home all by himself. So we're going to like really buckle down and like try to get through some more Gloomhaven, try to like dig into that and cruise through some of the campaign on that one. So I'm really excited to try get some more Gloomhaven in as well. So that is sort of my summer goals right now. I seen Dog Daytona earlier said that he is wanting to learn how to go scuba diving, which I think is that would be awesome.
Scuba diving's super fun. That's a great goal. I can't recommend it enough.
Have you gone?
I have. Yeah, I have my certification and I've been scuba diving. My family took a family vacation back when probably 6 or 7 years ago, and I did some scuba diving there. And then 3 or 4 summers ago in August, my cousin got married in Mexico and I got to do some scuba diving while I was down there for that. I love it. It's so much fun. I love scuba diving.
So Dog Daytona said that once he learns how to scuba dive, he's going to make a Firefly pop vinyl that is eco-friendly so that he can put it in the lake and it just lives there.
Nice. Start a Firefly themed reef at the bottom of the lake with a pop vinyl head.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm 100% beside. We should go fund that. That is awesome. I heard earlier today. I think it was the Edmonton Nerd List wants to learn how to do coding this summer. Nice. I think that's always a useful skill to learn. Coding is a something that I think is awesome to do. Northern Skeptic says Aaron hopes to become a real boy.
It's been one of my long-term goals. Someday.
One of these days, Aaron. One of these days.
We just need to find you your very own Jiminy Cricket, and then you'll be set. Yeah.
And the Blue Fairy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to take one quick little break, and then we're going to just plow through some of these events that are happening during the summer. So stay tuned as we get back to that in a short moment. So the Northern Nerd Network, or the Northern Nerdcast, is a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. And if you guys go on over to the Alberta Podcast Network.com, you will find just an amazing list of Alberta-made podcasts that are from, well, all over Alberta. And it's just such a wide range of various podcasts that live in the network. So there's something for you. If you are into politics, there's a politics podcast. If you're into sports, there's a sports podcast. If you're into nerdy things, guess what? We have your nerdy stuff right here. Also, I would like to, take a little moment here to talk a little bit about another member of the podcast network called Future Chat. We've had them on our show once before, but the reason why I'd like to bring them up is because not only has Trina been on the show, but I just was on the show this morning with those fine folks, and it was just a great time. I know that episode is going to be coming up right away, so if you want to hear more of this guy, which I know you do, go check out Future Chat and all the Alberta-made podcasts out there. So that is albertapodcastnetwork.com for all that list of podcasting goodness. All right. So we are in our final stretch here.
Hit us with it, Dan. What nerdy events, if people want to leave their house or leave the movie theater to go do something nerdy? Give the people what they need.
Yes. We have on June 10th, which is surprisingly coming up faster than I would like to believe it is. I'm jumping all the way into June here right away. We have the CollectorCon coming up here. Are you guys excited for the CollectorCon?
It's always a good time.
Do they do
the CollectorCon is the great time to, get that thing that you always wanted to complete that collection. You wanted that nice little Lego set that you've been missing there, Aaron? It's going to be at the CollectorCon. I know it.
Uh-oh.
So go check that out. This is happening at the Italian Cultural Center, and it's on June 10th from 10 o'clock to 4. So go and check that out. Moving along, next week on our show, we got Brent Jans joining us, and we're going to be talking a lot more about this event, which is Pure Spec, and it's happening on June 15th and 16th at the Alberta Avenue Community Hall. Sorry. Oh my goodness. And this is such a great event. I always have a great time. So it's one of those things to definitely go check out. It's one of those nice little small kind of convention-y things that happen in the city. And it's always wonderful. So go and check that out. We also have, moving along, we got the Whiskey Bells at Happy Harbor. It's the whiskey tasting at Happy Harbor Comics, and this is happening on June 16th.
Whiskey and comics,
and it's a charitable event that is going to donate to E4C Alberta, an Edmonton-based charity that focuses on food security, shelter, and housing, community collaboration, and education and skill development. And so it's going not all the proceeds, but some of the money's going to some of the whiskey, but I think a lot of that the money is going straight to the charity here. So it is going to be one of those events to definitely go and check out if you're into, just a little bit of tasting. It's definitely something to go check out. Moving along, we have Fragapalooza. You love gaming, Aaron. I know you do. You can't even lie to me.
Just a little.
4 days of gaming with a whole bunch of other like-minded gamers in the
I totally don't have follow-up.
Recreation Center. And it is going to be a great time. This is happening August 9th to 12th. I mean, this is like 4 days of gaming. It's going to be epic. So go check that out. I know people are sleeping there. They get tents. I mean, it's crazy. These guys are crazy gamers. And so this is definitely the time to check that kind of stuff out. Moving along, also we have Animathon this year. I always love Animathon. It's one of those events that I get super excited for because the cosplayers at this event are mind blowing. And every year they seem to just outdo themselves. So I really do enjoy it. The people there are fantastic. It's just a great atmosphere. So it's a little bit younger of a crowd, but it's always such a great time at Animathon. And even though I don't know that many animes or that kind of stuff, I'm always willing to try to check things out and see all the wonderful people that are out there. And that is all the amazing things that are happening. And that's happening at Grant McCune as well. Oh, no, Shaw Conference Center. Sorry. They moved it. Apparently it's gone. It's not at Grant McCune. It's at Shaw. So go and check that out. August 10th to 12th. It's going to be great. All right. That is it. I want to thank Aaron. I want to thank Chelsea. You guys have been fantastic.
You're welcome, Dan.
You guys, man, Aaron, I'm so glad you are here all the time. You're so faithful. And yes, Jay Bardella from Happy Harbor is great as well. Yes. So thank you so much for coming out, Aaron. You've been absolutely so faithful to watching the show. I know you're always in the chat.
I might change once I become a real boy, though. So,
and so we're super excited to have you on the show tonight and get you talking to us a little bit more. I know we had a few people kind of back out tonight, but that's okay. It is what it is, and you know what? We still made an awesome show tonight. The day is such a great day. I'm so excited. About all I know it's a long weekend and everyone's out there enjoying your long weekend. But I'm so glad you guys got to spend a little bit of time with me tonight. So it was great.
We're sorry we ran out of time for Matt Damon though. So
Shut.
Oh, darn. Maybe next time. That is it. That is all. Thank you once again, Chelsea. I want to thank everyone out there in the chat. I want to thank everyone out there in the podcasting land. That is the Northern Nerdcast. I want to thank everyone out there, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Northern Nerdcast. Northern Nerdcast is a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. Check out their website at albertapodcastnetwork.com. For all things geeky and nerdy, including all of our social media platforms, go to northernnerdnetwork.com. Thanks again, and we appreciate your support.
there you go. Okay, so Dog Daytona.